So in our firm, I mean, to be an advisor, really you need your Series 7 license in our firm. I would say Series 7 and Series 66, and a life and health insurance license. And that would let you, rise to the ranks of junior advisor, and you could sit with a client and make recommendations and all those things. So they're the basics of licensing, I think, those three items. And then in addition to that, the additional education is also really important. I'm a CFP. Monica's getting her certifications as we speak.
CFP?
Next year, on the
Fantastic.
docket.
And that's, for those of you, that refers to a certified financial planner.
Right.
Correct.
So that's not a license per se, but it's an additional degree. Takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
You guys are great test takers now, and you're good at all that. So that might be an avenue also that you pursue as you're in the entry level of a wealth management firm. You could be studying for your CFP. That's a great avenue to do. But the licensing round's key from that standpoint to start working and
Great.
Understanding the business too.
So you guys correct me if I'm wrong here, and this is, by the way, students, there's no, in my opinion, no black and white, this is the way it's got to be answered, this licensing question.
Right.
So you two, excuse me, are on the front lines with your CFP. You turn the money over to a money manager, now I'm losing my voice. They typically have a CFA.
CFA, right.
So CFA is a certified financial analyst. And so if you are a little bit more technically inclined, really love the markets, following the markets, you wake up every day, pretty pumped up about that, a little less interested in maybe even the client interaction that we enjoy.
Did well in your calculus and statistic courses.
Right, very strong analytically.
Analytical.
CFA is definitely a path you could take, and we've referred a couple times to money managers. So a money manager is somebody or a firm typically that is most of the time doing what's referred to as active management, and is doing stock selection, or is managing a bond portfolio, or is looking at alternative investments, and they are making the decisions about those investments. And that's what pumps them up every day, is to work with that type of information, or is interested in follows the economy and how that relates to various different financial instruments. So CFA is one designation, and it's also difficult. I think it's in 3 parts.
It's 3 years.
3
Yeah.
years.
It takes 3 years. So
tough.
for those of you interested in the CFA, you might have 3 years of compromised summers, because the exams are given once a year in the summer, and the second year is the hardest. We have a young man who's taking that right now. Unfortunately, he missed passing the second exam by 1 question, so he has to take it all over again. So it's going to take him 4 years. So, but it's a wonderful designation, and many people are viewing it as almost analogous to an MBA.
Yeah.
So it's I think, be open-minded to the amount of work and effort that would go into being a CFA. If a career in true asset management, meaning being a mutual fund manager or being a true investment manager, is something that's of interest to you. And all you have to do is Google CFA Institute, that's the organization that administers the exam and administers the accreditation.
Yeah. Or Google CFP, and there's a great website there about becoming a professional. Our firm's probably on there. Find a professional, all those sort of things. You've seen the funny commercial about the DJ. He's a DJ, and they get him all cleaned up and everything else, and he's talking financial language, and someone says, "Yeah, I would trust you," and he says, "Oh, here's what I really do. I'm a DJ." So you've seen that CFP commercial, and it's kind of funny. But those 2 designations, I'd say, are tops in our industry.
SEMA.
SEMA is another one.
SEMA is another one.
SEMA's another one, and a
Certified
great
investment
Management
manager.
analyst is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's delivered by another trade organization. So those are the 3 that, in addition to Series 7, which are securities licenses, I think those are the big licenses that people have, and accreditations.